I would like to thank all foundations that was brave enough to bring together Social Democrats and us liberals. I really think that it is a good example how cooperation of the progressive forces in Europe is possible. And we have so many common things, and definitely the enlargement of the European Union is one of it, and I'm glad that we are also today sitting here and talking. Practical approach to EU integrations. I will not go through, I took the example of Slovenia normally. We were one of the first one to join. This negotiation process started in my country in March already in '98. It was successfully completed in 2002. Treaty was signed in 2003, and then probably because it was my birthday on the 1st of May 2004, we joined the European Union. Before that, we also organized a referendum about it where 90% of the voters voted in favor, and we were also the only country, one of, I think, 2 countries in the NATO that we organized the referendum in the same time, because we joined the NATO and EU in 2004. Why I'm talking about referendum? Because I would like just to say that one of the main topics in our process of bringing Slovenia to the European Union, it was also to be careful about the public opinion and approach to the public opinion. That's why we always repeatedly we were repeating that that we are not doing this because of the EU, I mean all the reforms and everything, but that we are doing because of us, because we need to have this kind of high standards in our country to live in. Then Slovenia, normally as the other countries, we accepted the main documents, which was the national program and the strategy of the Republic of Slovenia for the EU integration, which played a dual role, so defining Slovenia's development strategic orientation and goals, as well as policies, reforms, measures, etc., etc. And the main actors on the governmental side, I will tackle more parliamentarian one due to the fact that I was one of those being blessed to follow this from the first row, being the parliamentarian. By the way, due to the fact that I'm talking to the young people, I was the youngest member of Slovene Parliament, elected with 23 in 1990. So I would like to encourage youngsters to take part in the Parliament. I stayed in the Parliament for 4 mandates, took over the Ministry of Defense, and now I'm out of politics, Slovene politics. Probably that's why the government is not working good. But anyway, so the main players in this normally, from our point of view, and it's normally the Prime Minister who is making all the necessary and major strategic decisions. We created the Government Office for the European Affairs, and the negotiation department operated inside this governmental office for the European Affairs. I will not tell what they were, they were doing everything from organizing and coordinating all the meetings to the informing the public, translating the professional texts, and basically care for the uniformity of the translations even. And normally a very small core team, core negotiation team, which basically were the motor inside. the main challenge in this working bodies, in the government, was basically how to find the people which will be fully engaged, fully dedicated, and that they will do the best. So we were complete, and we knew it, Slovenia with the 2 million people, that we cannot look on those people and those positions through the eyes of the classical Balkan politicians, if you want, that doesn't matter who is, it's important that it is from your party. So we didn't do that. Even, I'm talking you because the Liberal Democratic Party of Slovenia, we were in power in all this process. So 12 years we were a ruling party in Slovenia, and we consciously decided that we will just pick the proper people which will lead us through this process to basically to finalize in the full membership in the European Union. So that, I think, it's the main. And so in the Parliament, if I can say something about this experience, normally we also adopted a resolution on the priority reading of the European legislation in order to approximate or harmonize the Slovene legislation with the EU legal acts. And in that respect, we also, most laws were adopted in a fast and short procedure. In Parliament, we dedicated in our calendar 3 days where just those laws were discussed, and normally we lead all the procedure through the Foreign Affairs Committee, and then later on we also established in '96 Committee on the European Affairs, which was much more coordinating the bodies inside the Parliament, but the Foreign Affairs Committee, it was basically the primary addressed by the government about the, and that's why we discussed all the approved negotiation positions and any additional clarification about it. An EU-Slovenia Association Parliamentary Committee, which I was leading in that time, it was basically between the relation between the Slovene National Parliament and the European Parliament. And I must say that we were also lucky in that time, and I'm glad that the Liberals, also LDP Macedonia, were one who, in the discussion with the Renew Europe last week, we participated also in the roundtable about the Balkan. They proposed something which I experienced as the Member of Parliament. In 2000, in the middle of the negotiation process, in that time, the representative of the liberal leader, Pat Cox, who was the president of the European Parliament, he created so-called virtual MEPs. So to be, let's say, more inclusive, or to engage the main decision makers back home in the national parliaments of all those countries which joined in 2004, he invited us, or he invited the parliaments to appoint proportionally, like, from Slovenia it was 7 members of parliament, including myself, who served as the member of European Parliament. So I still have my badge, which is allowing me that I have all the rights as an MEP even now. I checked this with this last week. Yeah, you can go in and out. But in 2004, Pat Cox decided that all of us should be there, should work in the committees, should participate on the plenaries, should speak. Only things which were not allowed for us, it was the voting right. So we did not have the voting right. So I think this also suggestion and proposal by the LDP Macedonia inside the Renew group, supported by the three commissioners, we were sitting with last week is good step forward. So I hope that also the Social Democrats, if this will be on the table, I think it would be nice to get some backup and to invite all those countries to participate in that respect. So I will stop here. Thank you very much.